What's going on, everybody? This is the Reformation Keegan, and I'm here with a bit of a new project. I want to hopefully once a week put out some more mental health videos, and I want to make these about under 5 minutes long, just for length purposes and also to hopefully have you, the consumer, retain more information. So, one of the goals is I want to look at quotes, experiences, things in that nature from a mental health lens, from a different point of view. And I want to do this to show how mental health is subjective and also how mental health comes in many, many different forms. Some of these are going to derive even from my own personal experiences. But today I wanted to start with something a bit different. And I really wanted to launch this big. And I say that because there is one book that I have read that I think encapsulates mental health personified, even if the author doesn't really see it that way, but sees it from a different point of view. This individual is Edward Said, and the book is titled At a Place. This was Edward Said's memoir, and he wanted to write this because in 1991 he got diagnosed with leukemia, and he thought it was important to leave behind basically an archive of life events in the life that he lived, because he lived a very, very influential yet very intriguing life. So there's a quote starting on page 1 that I think encapsulates mental health, and I'm going to read it to you. So, there was always something wrong with how I was invented and meant to fit with the world of my parents and 4 sisters. Whether this was because I constantly misread my part or because of some deep flaw in my being, I could not tell for most of my early life. So, this quote here is going to discuss displacement, and obviously the title is Out of Place. But the term displacement really aligns with mental health. And I say that because a lot of people who struggle with mental health, they think that they're the only individual, even though they're not. But sometimes when you tell somebody that they're not the only one, it kind of makes them feel displaced. And that's something that I think Said actually goes through, where he's so individualized, yet paradoxically, he's within um, a spatial group of people that are actually like him, but just don't admit it. But also, if you're looking at it from a post-colonial point of view, these are a lot of people that are not like him, because this book is really a post-colonial story, even though Said did not classify himself as a post-colonialist. So Said experiences displacement because of his upbringing. So this is obviously through a relationship with his father Wadi, which exudes a lot of toxic masculinity, and this toxic masculinity derives from financial wealth, but also derives from Wadi having to find his own placement when he's a bit younger, and also as an adult when he's trying to make more money for his family because of the conflicts going on in Palestine. Unfortunately, what happens is Said kind of becomes the victim of this, and he ends up getting sent to basically colonial run schools. So that privilege, that financial privilege, actually works as a detriment to Said's psyche in his mental health. And it's something that Said experiences when he is at Gezira Preparatory School, and that's in Egypt, by the way, and also when he goes to Mount Hermon in the United States, and he experiences this displacement because he says that he goes from Edward Said to Ed Said in America, and these are almost two different contrasting characters, yet they're interrelated, and that's what a lot of people go through when they struggle with mental health. A lot of people, I think, feel like they have to put on a persona, or they have to be something that they're not, or they have to essentially play a character in the film we call life. And I think that Said's interactions with displacement through being, verbally abused at Gezira, and then going to the States and almost being derived of his language and kind of suppressing his native tongue because people in the States don't understand his background or where he comes from, is very indicative in today's world, I think. And it's very indicative for a lot of us. So that's just a little mini analysis that I wanted to give, but also I wanted to try to explain in a concise manner how Said's Out of Place, and that quote specifically that I mentioned, correlates with mental health. If you want to see more of this, let me know. And most of all, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with more. soon.